Okay, student. Today we're going to discuss chapter second, sexual reproduction in flowering plant, which is important for your term 5 board examination, line to line revision, which is important and useful for your exam purpose. Okay, so that is a structure of the flower. You know the flower containing four important whorl. That is male whorl also and necessary parts: indusium, gynoecium, calyx, corolla. Indusium represent the male parts of the flower that containing stamen. Gynoecium represent the female parts of the flower that containing carpel or pistil. Okay, that carpel and pistil containing stigma and ovary. Inside the ovary there is a ovule. Inside the ovule there is a ovarian cavity that is called locules. Very important. And that anther, the stamen having two part: bilobe, ditheca, tetrasporangia and anther. And inside that anther is attached by the long cylindrical filament, which help in the attachment. Okay, and the sepal, that corolla form, that is petal, and sepal, that is calyx form sepals. That is all about the flower. Pre-fertilization event, even before the fertilization, that is called pre-fertilization event. That is formation of the gametes and male female gametes, stamen, microsporangia and the pollen grains. Very important. Stamen represent the male part. That male part containing the long cylindrical structure, that filament, and filament is terminally bilobed structure. The anther is generally bilobed ditheca. We discussed previously. Bilobe, two lobed, 1 and 2. And the ditheca, each lobe having two theca, and each theca having two lobe ditheca, and each lobe having two theca, total four theca. Okay, four sided, 1 2 4, 1 2 3 4, that four sided, that is why it is called tetragonal and four sided. That it's four microsporangia which help in the formation of pollen sac. Inside the pollen sac, pollen grain is packed, which help in the formation of mature pollen grain. Structure of microsporangium, that is a anther structure. When you transfer see the transfer section of the anther, there is a four layer: epidermis, endothelium, middle layer. And of these three, out of four, three layer performing the protection, and innermost layer which is dense cytoplasm, that is called tapetum provide the nourishment, and this tapetum is multinucleated. Then this inside the tapetum there is a sporogenous tissue which help in the formation of pollen grains. Microsporogency, the process of formation of the pollen grain inside the anther, that is called microsporogency. Very important. And when you see the that is structure of the microsporangium, the epidermis, endothelium, middle layer, and microspore tetrad, and tapetum. Tapetum is a innermost layer. This microsporogency, the pollen mother cell undergoes for the meiosis. This meiosis form pollen tetrad. Pollen tetrad ploidy N, microspore mother cell 2N. This pollen tetrad and help in the formation of mature pollen grains. So when we see the structure of the pollen grain size is 20 to 15 micrometer. Pollen grain is called male gametophyte, also called microspore. Pollen grain is generally two cells. Most of the cells, 60% angiosperm, and some of the having three cell pollen grain also. Outermost layer of the pollen grain is in hardest known substance made up by sporopollen. Due to the presence of the sporopollen, this is preserved by the fossil. And the sporopollen is absent. That region is called germ pore. And in tan is the inner layer and thin. And there are two cells: vegetative and generative cells. Vegetative cell is larger, generative cells are smaller. Vegetative cells bigger and abundant reserve food material, irregular in shaped. Generative cells small. So this generative cell undergoes again mitotic division and form two celled, three cell pollen grain, and this generative cell form male gamete. Okay, very important. This pollen grain also called allergy, asthma and bronchitis, which help respiratory diseases. Parthenium carrot grasses, contaminated objects is called allergy. Very important. Pollen grain also used in the used for the supplements rich in the nutrients. It is used for the sports person. Pollen grain are preserved for the high for the large period of time by liquid nitrogen minus 196 degree centigrade. That process is called crop preservation. We using the good variety of the pollen grain for the crop breeding program. Next, the structure of the pistil megasporangium, that is called ovule embryocyte, that is called female gametophyte. Monocarpally and multicarpal. Monocarpal means single pistil is there, multi means many pistil is there. When the pistil are fused together, that is called syncarpus. Example is the papaver, and the free, that is called apocarpus. Pistil can stigmatile and ovary. Ovary inside ovary there is a ovule, that is ovarian cavity, that is called locules. Very important. That is structure, very important. You have to see that syncarpus, and that is apocarpus, and that is anatropous ovule, inverted ovule, that is called. Very important. Then that is a megasporangium, that is ovule. There is some point funicle site of attachment of ovule to placenta and hilum, that region where ovule filled with the funicle. Integument outer layer, two layer, unitegmic, bitegmic. micropyle region and chalager region. Micropyle region, the region where the pollen tube are entered into the egg cell, that is called micropyle region. Micropyle region containing synergids. Okay, very important. Embryo sac, that is called female gametophyte. Generally the embryo sac is 8 nucleated and 7 cell, that is called polygonum type embryo sac. In the chalager end there is a antipodal 3 antipodal cell. Micropylar end there is a 2 synergid and 1 egg cell, that is called egg apparatus. In the synergid there is a filiform apparatus which guide the entry of pollen tube into the synergids. Very important. When you see the female gametophyte, there is embryo sac, nucleus, that is 2n, megaspore 2n, megaspore n, and gametophyte, the embryo sac, the ploidy is n. Very important. 8 nucleated 7 cell, we discuss all these things, all these things. 8 nucleated 7 cell embryo sac, antipodal cell. Pollination, transfer of pollen grain into the stigma of flower, same or different, that is called pollination. When same flower, that is called autogamy, different flower, that is called cross pollination. So in the adaptation of the autogamy, the flower should be closed flower, that is called cleistogamous flower. Flower mature in the same time, that is homogamy. And bisexual flower, that means male and female part present in the same flower, that is promote the self pollination. So that is two words, chasmogamous and cleistogamous. Chasmo means open flower, cleistogamous means closed flower. Geitonogamy, transfer of pollen stigma of different flower, but plant should be same plant, that genetically similar, genetically are same as self pollination. Xenogamy, transfer of pollen again different flower or different plant. So this is genetically different. There is genetically cross pollination because new variety are developed. Agent of pollination in the cross pollination, biotic, abiotic agent. Wind pollination is most common agent. So the adaptation, when you see the adaptation of wind pollinated flower, the stigma is large, feathery and exposed stigma, that like corncomb, that is a large tensile which receive the pollen grain by the wind through the wind current. And wind pollination quite common in the grasses, very important. And ovary containing single ovule. And pollination by water quite rare, 30%, mostly monocotyledon. Fertilization need water, algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes, they required water. Hydrilla and Bedithlesia, example of the water pollination. Water hike and water lily, very important, that is example of insect or wind pollination. And Zoostera, that is sea grasses, which is also water pollinated, very important. So that water pollinated long ribbon like pollen grain and mucilaginous covering their pollen grain, very important. Next, that is also there are other agencies like bee, butterflies, wasps, ants, sunbirds, also they help in the pollination, and primates, lemur also help in the pollination. Insect pollination, you mostly flower having colorful and fragrant nectar, we receive the nectar for the for either flower reward, very important. Next beta, outbreeding devices, those devices which help in the cross pollination and discourage the self pollination. So this like self sterility. In self sterility, when pollen stigma fail to receive the pollen due to the receptivity, anther mature earlier or receive the release the pollen grain before the stigma are receptive. That is called self sterility. Then anther stigma in such a position that fail to receive the pollen grain, that is called hercogamy. Dichogamy, the condition when pollen anther and stigma mature in the different time. So if anther mature earlier, that is called protandry, and when the stigma mature earlier, that is called protogyny. So that encourage the cross pollination. And self incompatibility, they are not incompatible to each other. If different pollen grain reach to the stigma, they not germinate the pollen tube. So if the plant is monoecious, that means plant containing both male and female flower, that castor and maize, that promote the cross pollination. But in the cross pollination, it promote the it prevent autogamy but not geitonogamy, that means it promote the geitonogamy. But in the case of xenogamy, when the xenogamy occur, the flower should be plant is dioic, means either containing male flower or either containing female flower. Okay, that condition is called dioic, that only promote the xenogamy, not autogamy and geitonogamy, very important. You have to see the structure of this. So there is a stigma, pollen grain reach to the stigma portion where that compatible, and pollen tube are germinated and reach to the micropylar ring, that is called porogamy. Through the micropylar ring, that is containing two male gamete, that first male gamete fertilize the egg cell, that is from zygote develop into the embryo. Second male gamete goes into the central cell which containing polar nuclei. This polar nuclei fuse with the male gamete and form the Pen, primary endosperm nucleus, that is triploid in nature. This primary endosperm nucleus further divide and form the endosperm. That's why endosperm is triploid, and reserve food material provide the nourishment. Very important that phenomena is double fertilization, triple fusion, or double syngamy take place. Very important. You have to see the figure. Okay. So the all these things are similar when we discuss previously. What we discussed in that site. Artificial hybridization, the method, crop breeding program, development of the good crop and good variety, emasculation, removal of the anther from the female parent by using forceps after bagging. Then bagging, why we do the bagging? To avoid the contamination, and then we put into the desirable pollen into the stigma and then rebag again. Double fertilization, triple fusion, we discuss all these things. Syngamy means fertilization. Zygote, the development of embryo. Primary endosperm nucleus, triploid in nature. Triple fusion, three cells are fused, two polar nuclei, one male gamete, endosperm they form, and then development of the embryo. That is structure of the embryo, very important. That zygote, then pro-embryo, globular, heart shape, and mature embryo. When you see the mature embryo, when we see the endosperm after the fertilization, that pen primary endosperm nucleus undergo the successive mitotic division for free nuclear endosperm that is present in the white coconut tender, that is example of the free nuclear endosperm, and the coconut kernel, white kernel, that is example of cellular endosperm. Very important. When endosperm fully consumed by the embryo, that is called non-embryogenous, and remain in the endosperm remain in the seed, that is called albuminous. So non pea and groundnut, and that albuminous and castor and coconut. Very important. Embryo. So in the when we see the dicotyledon embryo, dicot, the two cotyledons, epicotyle, hypocotyle, epi below the cotyledon, above the cotyledon, hypo below the cotyledon. That epicotyle that form plumule that form shoot, and hypocotyle radicle that form root cap. And the monocot, that cotyledon known as scutellum provide nourishment. Very important. In the monocot, there is two structure, coleorhiza and coleoptile. Coleorhiza undifferentiated sheath which cover the radicle and root cap, and coleoptile, that is foliar structure which cover the plumule. Plumule form the shoot. Seeds we discussed previously, non-albuminous, albuminous, and perisperm. Perisperm, when the nucleus remains in the endosperm, perisperm, example black pepper and beet. Non-albuminous, when the endosperm remain in the seed, that is albuminous. When fully consumed by the embryo, non-albuminous. Example pea, groundnut, sunflower, that is non-albuminous, and then wheat, maize, and barley, albuminous. Very important. Dormancy. Seed undergo the inactive condition when condition not good, unfavorable, that is called seed dormancy. When condition is good, seed germinated into the embryo. The embryo germinated into new plant. Pericarp, wall of fruit, develop wall of fruit, that is called pericarp. Fleshy fruit, guava, orange, and mango. And that dry groundnut and mustard. Very important. False fruit, strawberry, and that is a apple development rather than the ovary developed from the thalamus, that is called false fruit. True fruit, they develop from the ovary, that is called true fruit. Parthenocarpy, develop fruit without fertilization, that is called parthenocarpic fruit. Banana, very important. Okay, so you have to see that structure, that is seed, coleoptile, coleorhiza, monocot. Seed having advantage, seed provide protection of the embryo, also does not need for the dispersal through the water, and give the new genetic combination, new variety, and more adaptation. Very important. Then apomysis, polyembryonic development of seed without fertilization, that is called apomysis. Very important. And polyembryonic, many embryo present in the seed, that is called polyembryonic, citrus and mango. So we cover all the important points, and go through the video before going to the exam. Thank you.